Portfolios. Design portfolios are probably one of the biggest assets that designers have. Nobody is exempt from the wrath of portfolios. A design portfolio can make or break your entire career, and at the same time, it is challenging to make a great portfolio. But today, I am going to solve all these problems. So I'm dividing this video into two crucial parts. Number one is the best portfolios out there and how you can get inspired or take motivation from them. The second part is how recruiters look at your portfolio, how they judge your portfolio, and what can make or break your portfolio. There will be timestamps in the description so you can always skip to whichever portion you like. Also, if you have any portfolios in mind, it could be your portfolio or anyone else's portfolio, you can always share it in the comments. If you like it, you should share it. Always. By the way, guys, I'm hosting a workshop where I'll help you create a career roadmap where I teach you how to progress in your career or how to start your career in design. Make sure you check out the description and you sign up before next week. Alright, so to begin with, we have Cuberto, which is one of the most well-known design studios in the world. Now, the website seems very simple to begin with, but the real magic begins when you start, moving your cursor around. Whenever you move over one of these services, it shows you a little glimpse of the work that they have done. That adds a little bit of delight and interactivity to your entire experience. They also have a little description of what they do and what they worked on. As soon as I start scrolling down, I start seeing their projects first. No wasting time, they come to the point quickly. They've also put some keywords in which you can always get inspired by. Just put quick keywords that will define what you do. Strategize, develop, market, design. And at the end, if I scroll down, I have a question. Have an idea? Yes, I do. Tell us about it. This is a great way to create a CTA. Apart from that, they also have a showreel on top, which will quickly tell you what they do. And I think this is something that every designer should learn from. The next one is actually an Indian's website. Design influencers out there, humanize the design. This is, rather than explaining who he is, he just puts a big cool looking tagline here which engages the user more. I transform thorny problems into elegant solutions without visual design. That is how you quickly define everything that you do in one line. He creates some authority by showing the kind of companies he's worked with. You can always put the companies you worked with here as well. Work being upfront, the person looking at it gets a good impression of you. And you can always put a quick CTA like, let's have a quick chat here, just like he's done. He's building his credibility by leveraging the stuff that he's done. Anything interesting like this that you want to share with people, don't be shy to do that. Now, if this website doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. This is actually an interactive game made by Bruno Simon. And if I click on start here, it basically starts an interesting game. I can literally use my keyboard to, drive around. It shows his projects in a very gamified manner. This is literally a game. You can go over any project and open it. It shows you everything about the project in such an interesting way. Okay, I'm probably going to skip this one because this is too fun to actually showcase it to you guys. Tubic Studio, a name which you've heard on Dribbble, Behance, everywhere. They have a very nice 3D mascot, which is actually the dog they have in the logo. Design, development, and identity for your product. A very quick and easy way to tell what you do, just like in every other great portfolio. Here they've given let's create something together, which is a CTA upfront. I like this, but I'm not sure if somebody will click on this. If I scroll down again, they are showcasing their work, big images with your work and brand. Then they show you their services, what they can do well. And at the end, they have credibility and authority by showcasing awards and digital innovation. This is something that I really liked about their website is the services that they provide in just a few pills here, and a very unique thing which is budget. Yes, they showcase you the budgets that you can work with them for. Again, a great way of portraying your portfolio. So those were some of the best design portfolios that I came across. If you have any personal favorites, make sure you share it down in the comments. Now we come to the second part of the video. What do recruiters look in a portfolio and how should you go about making your own design portfolio? The number one key point recruiters look for are the projects that you've done. If there are name brands you worked for, it could be a large company people know about, then make sure that is upfront. If not, no issues. Even if you worked for personal projects, make sure your designs and projects are visually upfront. I see so many portfolios where you have the name of the product design, you have your photo there, you have a description. No. A one-page website is all you need to create a good portfolio. When I was recruiting for some of the other companies that I worked with, designs were the most important part of it. So if you've done case studies, if you've made just visual designs, make sure you include everything on that same first page. Don't judge a book by its cover. Well, in this case, yes, people do judge a book by your portfolio's cover. Second most important thing for a recruiter is quick information. It could be a plethora of information. How much do you generally charge per project? Are you currently working somewhere, or are you looking out for a new opportunity? Are you open for business, as we call it on LinkedIn? How many years of actual industry experience do you have? Whether you have done freelancing or not, whether you have worked with larger organizations or you worked with startups, all these small details do matter. I like this about Tubic Studio a lot, that they showcase all the services and skills of their designers right up front as little pills. Yeah, they're called pills. Now, there are a few things you should avoid. Don't enlist hundreds of skills out there. Make sure you enlist the major skills that you want people to recruit you for. It could be marketing, it could be design, it could be branding, whatever it is, that shows that you are confident about those skills and you can deliver them. Make sure you divide skills and tools differently. Photoshop is not a skill. Photoshop is a tool. Apart from that, just like I'm making this video, you can always make a short video addressing the person who's just come to your website. A basic portfolio is great, but one where you can communicate with the other person up front is even better. There are some great website builders or portfolio builders out there. I've done a video or two about this. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check out those videos. I'll have the link in the description as usual. But that was it for today's video. I wanted to make it short, crisp and nice. If you like such information every Monday and Thursday, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is completely free. A thumbs up is also free. Until then, God bless.